Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to lead you through a slow flow, gentle yoga practice. That's a great way to start your morning. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me in your most comfortable seated position down on your mat. I want you to start to settle down into the hips. Maybe lean back a little bit and let the spine grow tall. And then as you soften or close your eyes, feel your shoulders relax down away from your ears, resting your hands to your knees. Let's start with a big clearing breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel yourself begin to center your awareness. Notice the rhythms that are moving through your body this morning. You can start to soften the breath now, and we'll begin to incorporate a little bit of Ujjayi Pranayama, or ocean breath, where we gently constrict the back of the throat, allowing a smoother and slower passage of the breath. And it creates this soft sound like ocean waves. We're going to be with this for a few moments, just breathing and connecting. Take one more deep breath. Exhale. And then slowly allow the eyes to flutter open. We're going to stay in this seated position, hands to the knees, breathing in, grow tall through the spine. On your exhale, you're going to twist towards the right knee. Take a couple rounds of breath here, working your way up the spine, deeper into your twist. Breathe in. And exhale, return to center. Open up your arms. Inhale, reach up. Clasping fingers here, and then turning the palms to face the sky. If that's too much, stack the hands. Feel the shoulder blades lifting up the back. Breathe in, press up. On your exhale, take a side bend toward the left. We're not trying to collapse our underside body, so stay long, pushing up. And your right hip pops up off the floor here, so keep it grounding down. We'll lift the chin from the chest, stretch, breathe. And then coming back to center, inhale. Exhale, release your hands, bring them down to the floor, and round your spine forward over the legs and feet. Take your breath down into the hips. Inhale, lift up and walk yourself back to a tall spine. If it feels okay with your legs, I invite you to reverse the cross of your feet. Bringing hands back to the knees, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, we're twisting to the left this time. Enjoy a few breaths here. Gradually deepening into your twist. Inhale. Exhale to release. Arms reaching out to the side. Inhale, come up. If you can, interlace awkward fingers. Palms face the sky, or you're stacking the hands here. Lift. On the exhale, we're side bending to the right, staying long through both sides, keeping the left hip heavy, allowing the chin to lift from the chest. Breathe. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor and allow the spine to round forward and down, breathing into the low back and hips. Slowly press up and walk your way up to a tall spine. Moving to the long edge of your mat, we'll extend the legs out in front. Take a moment to bounce the legs on the floor, waking up the hamstrings. Now, we'll walk the hips back a little and zip up the spine here. So we're sitting tall, feet flexed. Begin to press the thighs down into the floor, and we'll bring the fingertips to the mat, framing the hips. Squeeze the elbows in, Dandasana, staff position. This is an active but static posture. So we are holding, but we're very active in the low body as we ground down and lifting through the upper body. So our belly is in, we're still breathing. Each time you can press your legs down, see if you can grow a little taller through the crown of the head. We'll take 3 more deep breaths here. On the exhale, soften. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, extend yourself forward and fold down over the legs. You can soften the knees, but try to keep the flex to your feet. The hands can rest wherever they feel most comfortable. Maybe that's on the mat. Maybe it's reaching for the feet or ankles. We'll take a big breath here at the bottom. As you exhale, try to soften your knees a little closer to the mat. Next exhale, lower the head as far down as you can. Your next breath in, we will slowly begin to round up and bring the shoulders to the ears. As you exhale, slide the shoulders down the back. We'll be coming forward into a tabletop position. So finding your hands and knees. Take a moment to circle up and around the hands, just to warm up the wrists. You're welcome also to begin moving the hips around a little bit with you here. Just going around a couple of times in both directions. And as you come back to center, move to the top of your right hand. We're just reversing the stretch for the wrist. Take a few gentle circles. Give the hand a shake. And then move to the top of the left hand. Give the left hand a shake and come back to table. We'll tuck our toes under and start to press your hips back towards your heels. We are not folding the upper body down just yet. Once the hips have started to push back, let's walk the hands a step in front. Feel the stretch deepen a little bit here and grip into your palms. We're gonna get ready to spring forward into a high plank. Spring with control. So as we breathe in, we launch from the feet and draw the shoulders over the wrists. Knees are lifted, press the mat away. Breathe in. Exhale, ground your knees, press the hips back. We're feeling this in the toes and then the feet. Breathe in. Exhale, forward. High plank. Lower the knees. Last time, press back. And forward. In high plank, take an inhale. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Take some time for movement here, pedaling your feet or moving the hips, keeping the head heavy and hanging between the arms. Allow the heels to find stillness. Take a breath. Breathing in, we'll come high on the toes, rippling the spine forward back to our high plank position. Lower the knees, and then lower down to the belly. Keeping your hands under the shoulders, we'll take baby cobra. Tops of the feet press down as we hover the chest over the mat. Look down. Exhale, release, tuck your toes. Pressing up and back, downward facing dog. And inhale to look forward. Exhale, slowly walk or tiptoe to the top of the mat and fold. Halfway lift. Fold down. We're going to take a flat back up to stand. Reach your arms out, press into the feet, lift up, reach at the top. And exhale, bringing your hands to the heart. Take a breath here, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Reach your hands down, and inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, swan dive forward to fold over your feet. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back and ground the knee into a low lunge position. We're going to start by bringing our hands up to our thigh and press the body back and up. Finding some length in the low spine here, draw your tailbone down and feel the left hip flexor begin to open. Using a little bit of pressure here in our front heel to stay back, begin to lift the ribs up away from the pelvis. We're here for a breath in. On the exhale, gently allow your hips to soften forward, keep the chest lifting, and pull the shoulders back. This is a gentle back bend here. We want to make sure the upper body is pulling up as the lower body softens forward. Breathe in. Exhale, neutralize your spine, and we'll bring the hands down to the floor. Planting your left hand. As you breathe in, open your right arm to the side and find a twist. Think about drawing your chest or your torso a little closer to your inner knee. And exhale, release the right hand down. Looking forward, breathe in. Exhale, start to walk the hands back towards your left knee and allow the right leg to extend, balancing on your heel and drawing your toes up towards the sky. Half split position, take a dip to the elbows, fold down. And rather than dropping the head towards the knee, I want you to think about hinging here at the waistline to draw the chest closer to the knee while our gaze stays forward to the top of the mat. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen the arms, and very gently move back to your low lunge. Tuck your left toes under, bring up the knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward to a high plank. Exhale, you can always ground your knees or lower down through chaturanga. All the way to the belly. Inhale through cobra, lift the chest a little higher this time. And exhale, coming up and back. Downward facing dog, hold for a breath. Inhaling, looking forward, and exhale, moving to the top of your mat to fold. Halfway lift, and fold. Flat back as we lift to stand, inhale, press up, Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a full breath. Release your arms, reach them up, breathe in, and fold. Halfway lift. Fold and step your right foot back, grounding the knee, find your low lunge. Bringing the hands to the left thigh, we'll push back and find length in the spine. So tailbone down, feel this in that right hip flexor, and keep your front heel strong. We're here for a breath in. On the exhale, the hips soften forward, the chest lifts, the shoulders pull slightly back. Not too deep here, just breathe. Inhale. Exhale, neutral spine. Hands come down to the mat, right hand to the inner ankle, and we breathe in to open our left arm, finding a twist. Think about rotating down here at the waist, and then bringing the chest a little closer to the inner knee. Breathe in, and exhale, bringing your left hand down. Look forward on an inhale, and exhale, we'll gently start to walk the hands back, extending our front leg and bringing the toes up. You're also welcome to have blocks under your hands here as we start to take this little dip and fold. We're trying to create this hinge at the waistline. So head and gaze stays looking forward as we bring the center of the chest down towards the leg. Using an inhale, lengthen the arms, and gently step back to your low lunge. Tuck under your back toes, lift the knee. This time we'll step forward to fold. Halfway lift, and fold down. Slowly roll all the way up to stand. Reaching your arms up at the top, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart, we'll hold for a breath. Release the arms, inhale, sweep them out and up. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift. Folding down, step your left foot back, keep the knee lifted this time. We are in a runner's lunge. Your left hand to the inner ankle. You're welcome to use a block as we again open our right arm, twisting, turning to the right. Breathe in, and exhale, bring your right hand down. Again, you're welcome to have your hands on blocks here for a little support as we slowly shift the hips back and lengthen our front leg, bringing our back heel down towards the mat. It doesn't have to touch, but allow it to grow heavy. This is a deep hamstring stretch. Sometimes we have the tendency to open the left hip or back hip behind us. So keep that hip drawing forward and instead pull your front hip back. This is where the blocks come in handy for a little extra lift to bring the floor closer. Hands can come under the shoulders. If you have a nice deep fold in this position, maybe the hands walk forward today. And again, we can always use the blocks. I'm going to let you take a couple breaths here, softening the chest towards the leg and eventually allowing the head also to release. One more breath here. We'll start by lifting the head slightly and bringing the hands back under the shoulders. Bending back into our front knee into a runner's lunge, and we'll get ready to rise up to a high lunge. Powerful legs as we reach out and up. Breathe in. Exhale at the top. Your next inhale, come high on your back toes. And exhale, turn your back foot to the side, bring the heel down, warrior two. We can always bring the back foot out if we need more space to guide the front knee over the ankle. Pressing evenly into both of your feet. Breathing in, we'll reach the arms up and allow the front leg to lengthen. The knee does not have to be locked, but keep your quad strong if your knee is soft. Open the arms. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, Trikonasana or triangle. Your hand can find a block to the inner leg. It can rest to the lower leg, or perhaps even down to the mat. We want to think here about tucking the tail down to draw the navel in, allowing both side bodies to stay long as the crown of the head reaches in the direction of the toes. The left arm hopefully is pulling straight up, stacking the shoulders. If you feel your shoulder rolling forward, bring the hand to the hip here and just work on opening through the chest by pulling the left shoulder back. Hold for a breath. As we get ready to come out, we'll soften our front knee and bring the left hand all the way forward and down, turning forward back to our runner's lunge. Hands to the mat, breathe in. Exhale, high plank. Moving through your vinyasa, lower to the belly. Cobra or upward facing dog. And then rolling back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, look forward to the hands. And exhale, walking to the top of the mat to fold. Halfway lift. Fold down. And again, rolling up to stand or lifting with a flat back if that feels better on your spine. Reach up. Hands to the heart. Take a full breath here. Arms release, inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And fold down, stepping your right foot back to a runner's lunge. Using a block under your hand if you'd like. Right hand stays grounded as we get ready to open our left arm. Breathing in, finding your twist. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale to lower. We'll start to shift the hips back from here. And again, hands to the mat or blocks as the left hip pulls back. The right heel starts to lower towards the mat. Remember, it doesn't have to touch. Hands under the shoulders will help to support you as you square off your hips. And then as we begin to fold down, hinging at the waist, you have the option to walk the hands forward, allowing the spine to grow a little longer, but the hands can always stay under for more support. We're here for a few rounds of breath to allow the spine to lengthen and eventually perhaps the head to lower. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bending back into your front knee, lean back to our runner's lunge. We'll get ready to lift. Powerful legs as we inhale, reach up. And we're tall here at the top. Coming high on your back toes, breathe in. Exhale, turn and open Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. I'm going to move my back foot out so that I can bring my knee to stack over my front ankle. Grounding into the feet, hips tucking under. A nice vertical column of the spine, arms out from the shoulders. Next inhale, bring the arms up, lengthen the front leg. Remember, knee can be soft, but quads are strong as the arms reach out. Inhale, reach forward. And exhale, left hand down, Trikonasana, your shin, a block, or the mat. Trying to stack our shoulders. Pull in from the belly and lengthen the tailbone. And allow the crown of the head to lengthen towards the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, soften the front knee as we slowly bring the hand down. Turn forward, runner's lunge. Breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath. Breathing in here. Exhale, lower to your knees, table. And inhale, slowly extend your spine through cow. Exhale, round to cat. Staying with this motion, we draw the chest forward, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tail, draw the navel up, and press the shoulder blades toward the sky. One more time. Coming back to table, widen out your knees and shift back to child's pose. Take a fold, rest the forehead to the mat. Stay here for one more deep breath. And then slowly start to lift and walk the hands in towards the body. Once you are lifted, bring the feet forward and we'll get ready to roll down for Shavasana. So in this bent knee seated position, bring your hands to the backs of the thighs, sit tall, breathe in. Exhale, begin to lean back, but soften your low spine and tuck the tailbone under. And we'll start to reset slowly all the way down. Lengthen out your arms and legs. Take a nice deep breath into your belly. Let's let it out with a sigh. One leg at a time, draw the knees to the chest. And you can either rock here across your back, or perhaps open to happy baby, opening the thighs around the ribs. Either position, gently rock from side to side and slow your breathing down. back to center. Bring your knees over the chest and open your arms wide. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your knees to the right to find a twist. You're welcome to take a block under your bottom knee or between the knees for support so you can relax. Picking up the head, we'll look out over the left shoulder and breathe. Turning your head to center. Breathe in, bring the knees over the chest. And exhale, lower them to the left. Picking up the head, looking out over your right shoulder. Try to soften. Notice where the body is still trying to put in effort and see if you can relax into those spaces. Head to center, bringing up your knees, and then starting to slowly lengthen into our final relaxation, Shavasana. Extend the arms and legs, palms to the sky, allowing your eyes to soften or close. We'll take a big clearing breath. And soften into your breath, fully relaxing the body. We'll be here for a few moments, so see how deeply you can let go. I invite and encourage you to stay in Shavasana for several minutes. Thank you so much for practicing along with me today, and I look forward to next time. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.